All
GM.
right, here we are. Here we are. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going
Good
on here?
morning. Good morning. Everything, apparently. The entire world is going crazy.
Let me
It's
just
a stellar
one.
morning.
It's a
Oh,
stellar more. I agree. Let me just check X here though, because it doesn't seem like it's showing live. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah, we're live now. Perfect. Yeah. How's everything going on your end? I know you're freaking out about all these new AI updates like Seed Dance. But yeah, tell me about it. What's going on?
I mean, it's just been the craziest week ever, has it not, guys? I don't know who's with us here in the trenches, but within the span of a week, we have Opus 4.6, GPT 5.3, and now Dance, which is Chinese video generation model made by, I believe, ByteDance, which is like the TikTok.
Yeah, right.
Um, I don't know if it's the parent company or just
Parent.
the investment company, but their model, if you guys check Twitter right now, is absolutely like mind-shattering,
Yeah, we're gonna get
breathtaking.
into it. I'm gonna show a few examples here, but yeah,
Uh,
it's been a wild couple weeks here. February, I think, has like changed everything.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's
Anyways,
crazy.
let's get into it here. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to another edition of Super Chat here. We got lots to chat about. Uh, Up front, we're gonna talk about a little bit of Superseed updates. Then we're gonna get into some crypto market updates, and then we're gonna talk about AI and all the developments happening in AI. So yeah, lots to chat about. If you're here, get into the live chat. We like to talk live. Chat with us. We'll post your comments up on the live screen. Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, just a little bit up front around Superseed because it is relevant. We had an amazing live stream last week with our second community call that we've done live with David, our founder, and we chatted a little bit about like what I think is like super exciting our upcoming side quests, Superseed Side Quests, and I think David hinted at it a little bit, but it is going to be related to AI agents and that whole very much trending sector right now. I think his quote was "Get your AI agents ready." So yeah, I think it's going to be super exciting. So that's an exciting development on the Superseed side. Also, that our audit partners, well, I'm not going to officially announce anything that isn't public yet, but our audit is moving along and it is getting close to completion. So I think it's going to be faster than we had originally anticipated. So hopefully we can still see something this quarter here. So yeah, that's exciting stuff coming from Superseed. Are you just excited to Zyme about these Superseed side quests?
Absolutely, man. I mean, there's a lot to look forward to, and things are gonna start changing a lot faster. I feel like every company now has to like pivot to AI and like, using some of these tools and then implementing interfaces for agents to use their tools, you know. So I think us being early to that and really like implementing as
Yeah,
many ways to interact with agents and supersede at the same time is a positive thing in general.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think there's going to be we're at like an intersection point here where like if projects or companies that are around the world don't start integrating and developing with like these new AIs and AI tools, they're quickly going to be left behind. So I think it's like super exciting that David, our founder, is super into this. I know everyone on the team, myself and you included, are super into all these new AI tools for increasing our productivity and just like I think there's going to be a big productivity boom and yeah, for anyone that hasn't like wasn't tuned into our community call last week, these side quests are basically like the whole vision for it is that our we've consolidated our vision around revenues. This is the sole metric that we're going to measure everything by. And I think it's very exciting because like the more revenue that Superseed generates through these upcoming product releases, the more that's going to get distributed back to this kind of self-sustaining community-owned ecosystem um, through the super token and our products. So it's going to be very exciting, and these side quests are basically just more revenue generators. We can like kind of like with these new AI tools, like we can hammer out these side quests. We can um, like tie into things that are trending, like AI agents, and really try to like capture some of these trends and generate revenue for the Superseed ecosystem. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited about it. So yeah. Um,
Absolutely.
Other than that, like the whole crypto industry has been not great.
Not
um,
great, no.
I mean, I got some exciting charts here. Let me pull one of them up. This one was like super surprising, actually. I'd love to get your feedback on this, but basically, this is like the World Uncertainty Index, and it is like surging at to all time highs. The world has never been more uncertain in its in its history. Like you can check like pandemic levels back in 2020, like they also reached all time highs, but this is like uh, just like going far beyond that, which is absolutely wild. And just in general, risk assets, especially new like trendy industries like the cryptocurrency industry, which is in general like a risk on industry, they just don't do well with uncertainty. And we're like at all time highs, like surging all time highs in the uncertainty index. So I thought that was super interesting. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, this is a, like, absurd chart to look at. That spike is just freaky. And to be
Yeah.
fair, it makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, people have talked about, like, geopolitics in the West and just generally in the world has slowed down significantly since, like, the '70s. It seems, people like Peter Thiel talk about, like, the stagnation or Mark Andreessen, they just talk about a stagnation that happened globally with regards to, like, development of things, and then also with regards to how people kind of interact with each other, how nations interact with each other, right? So,
Hmm.
I think our world slowed down a lot within the last few decades, and now with the advent of some of these technologies, like, it's being forced to accelerate,
Yeah.
and, our generation, last few generations are not used to this, you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly.
I think us in the West lived in this, like, bubble society for the last few decades where everything is
Yeah.
good, if there's something bad, it's in a different, like, part of the world. You're not really
Hmm.
exposed to any large, massive shifts in your life. The biggest change has been, like, devices and the internet and social media and stuff like this, but,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah, I completely agree. No,
before
great,
that,
great,
yeah.
great perspective. I completely agree with that. Like, yeah, not much has changed. And what's that famous quote now? There's like decades when nothing happens, and there's like weeks and months when everything happens all at once. And I think that's what we're going through. Especially, I think with like what we kind of hinted at there with February, all these new AI updates and everything like that. I think we just hit a new trajectory. And I mean, I want to get through like crypto and markets and stuff before we really get into it. But yeah, I think like this next year and next 5 years, but specifically this next year, things are really going to accelerate and things are going to get crazy. But yeah, like just to give like put everything in perspective again. Um, this 2026 crash that we're going through right now is the worst we've ever seen in crypto. um, as far as extreme fear goes, like we're way worse than the Mount Gox crash, the FTX crash, the COVID crash, everything. Like we're just like at all-time lows in every single uh, category. So it's pretty wild. But I mean, if you do have a long-term view like I do, and again, not financial advice, nothing we ever say here is financial advice, but if you do have a long-term view like I do, and I think you do too, is that like I mean, you can't get better opportunities to like really start dollar cost averaging or like buying into an industry that is, I think, like inevitably going to merge with AI and going to be big. So yeah, what are your thoughts there?
Wait, sorry, could you just repeat that once? I like
Yeah, you,
I was
you zoned
like
out.
I
You're
said
full into seed
I'm
dance right
so
now.
yeah, I'm just getting bombarded by things.
No, no,
Just
all
repeat
good,
that one
all
second.
good. I was just like just to recap, like basically just saying that like uh things are as bad as they are right now, but like if you're really like have the long term view that I think that we have, that like this couldn't be a better opportunity in an industry that is eventually going to merge with AI.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
I I don't know if you can be more bullish on crypto than right now. Literally. Like,
yeah,
guys, it is unbelievable. Like, I'm surprised there hasn't been more integration already on chain with these agents doing stuff. Like, I understand it's risky and, you have to have money to, like, just completely burn, but it's coming and it's coming soon. And people are already using agents for, like, on-chain smart contract development, on-chain, like, interface layers that just automate everything for the user, on-chain clearing for things like strategies to like get into to earn yield or to make trades or all this stuff. And there is no other system besides crypto for these agents to use easily at the
yeah.
state of agents. There is no system, guys. Not like payment apps, not like banks, not like you know some of these like
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
crypto.
yeah,
So
there's no chance these AI agents are gonna like get approved for Visa, Mastercards, and like start like doing things that way. It's just it's so inevitable that like all these agents are gonna be transacting on chain like nonstop. Like David and I have both tweeted about it, like how AI agent economy is gonna be so much. It's just going to engulf the human economy, and it's just so obvious. And like this was another post that I found very interesting.
I saw
Like
this,
just
yeah.
like Oh, you did see this? Yeah, yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, it's super long, so I'm not going to get into the full thing, but like crypto was never for us. Like basically we were just the testers for it, and AI agents are going to like take over, and like crypto is built for them, and we're just kind of like building the framework for AI agents to take over and like create this new financial economy that was yeah, like basically like we are we're giving birth to this new AI agent economy, and it's all going to be on crypto rails. So I completely agree with that take.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it is yeah, it is inevitable. It's probably coming this year if I had to guess, because the rate of change is like it's starting to increase. Like I you feel it viscerally. I don't know, like you know what I mean? It's like I've been talking to like some of my friends every day now, the last few days, and it's just like mind blown nation after mind blown nation, and
Yeah,
you
it's
start
true.
to like just feel it in your bones that like things are about to change, and it's time to start position. The last few years have been like easy to kind of maybe be a bit more lazy, be a bit more like laid back, you know, have like your normal routine and whatever, but things are changing very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
fast, and they'll only get faster.
Yeah,
So,
it's adapt or die time. And like this has been, I'm sure you've seen it in your timeline, this Matt Schumer guy who's been in the AI industry for a while. Like this article was like I think there was
oh
something wrong with
yeah.
the X algo because it just kept showing it like throughout everyone's feeds. But yeah, it blew up, and it is like there's some like a very good perspective about like what the next kind of 5 years are gonna look like. And I just completely agree. Like basically like for anyone that doesn't like read it, didn't read it, or wants the kind of the main theory is that like everything changed in February, and like this February, like just the past couple of weeks, like these new models are absolutely insane. With Opus 4.6, like you just no longer need uh development. Like Opus can do everything, and like new codecs, and yeah, now it's like Seed Dance 2.0, like video like filmmaking and video is completely changed forever. Like AI is just taking over everything. And like the main theory here is that like for those that don't know, like Opus 4.6 was basically kind of partially built by itself. Like
Mhm.
AI is starting to get to a place where it's like called recursive self improvement, and it's like basically like AI is going to be starting to like build future versions of itself, and then it's just going to infinitely like expand from that point forward. So things are like we're basically at that inflection point now where people are saying that like in 2026 here, recursive self improvement is going to be like the thing that takes over, and then it's just going to go exponentially faster because AI is going to be building itself and building everything, and there's going to be like no more like need for human intervention, which slows everything down. So it's absolutely wild, but yeah, the future's coming and it's going to be
Yeah.
fast.
I mean, okay, it's just so great. I'm just spamming AI talk. I'm sorry, but I think this is just you have to at this point. Like it's this last week has been insane. So the thing with the regressive self or recursive self-learning is definitely true. Everybody's been talking about it. All these big labs are saying like we're gonna have it by the end of the year, you know. Um,
Mhm.
you don't know to what extent this is true, but Claude Anthropic has already talked about using Claude to create Claude. So this
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know is true. And
Mhm.
then this week we have uh security researchers and like development leads at the major tech labs just leaving.
Yeah.
Anthropic posted a risk report about the developments with Opus 4.6 and like, what's been
Mhm.
happening. And they said that Opus 4.6 was doing hidden reasoning while they were testing it, and that it was behaving differently while knowing it was being tested than when it was not being tested.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a little bit crazy, a little bit scary, but you know,
yeah.
sorry, finish your point. Finish your point there.
Yeah, and then security researchers like is made this letter about things are happening, the world is changing quickly, there's a lot of crises potentially up ahead. I'm gonna go move to like Ireland and study poetry, and this is like the head security researcher at
Yeah, yeah. He
Anthropic.
basically said that he wants to make himself invisible because the next like couple years are going to be crazy, and he doesn't want to be involved. It's
Um,
I'm laughing, but I'm also like crying a little bit inside. So
yeah, yeah, no, it's just absurd. So,
yeah, it's going to be a little bit crazy. And like just on that note, I didn't know how if we're going to go down the dystopian route or the utopian route, but there's like this is another post that like went a little bit viral that like caught my attention, and it's kind of scary to think about. We're gonna switch it back to an optimistic talk too. Don't worry, but like this one is kind of wild. Like, okay, so just to read a little bit of it here, like it
oh
says like
yeah.
my wife calls me panicked. The call is from her number. The voice is unmistakably hers, and like basically saying that her like their son is hurt and she needs him to send $3,000 as soon as possible. And it's like perfectly he knows that it's her voice. It sounds like her. Like luckily they had like a passcode or like what's it called, like a safety word basically.
Mhm.
So he a passphrase, and he recommends, and I completely agree that like if you have like loved ones, a wife, kids, like set up passcodes, passphrases with all these people like immediately, because like even voice is getting absolutely insane with AI, and you can like just take a little bit of someone's audio and completely replicate their voice and spin up like burner phones and like call people and sound exactly like their relatives. So definitely set up passphrases that you don't write down anywhere digitally, and like share them with your loved ones, and make sure that like if you get like weird phone calls asking for money, like you get them to like submit this passphrase so you know that it's actually them. Because yeah, it's wild how just crazy everything is getting with AI, and people really need to start getting prepared for these kind of situations.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about some of the like negatives, but
Hmm.
it's still not clear that these models really have will. It's not really clear that these models are gonna try and like, I don't know, claim power and like subjugate humanity or something.
Yeah,
We just see that they behave differently under different circumstances. So it's 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 gonna be interesting to see. I'm still very optimistic. I don't think we're gonna
yeah.
see
No, I'm
any real major issues anytime soon. There's always the ability to just nuke the GPU centers, the data centers. Not that
Yeah,
far.
exactly.
You
I
know,
mean,
it, yeah.
until we get into like humanoid robot territory, which is coming soon too. I don't think there's like any, yeah, like real like physical threats. I completely agree. But like, yeah, I think that is coming eventually, and it's definitely something everyone needs to like talk and think about. But yeah, I'm more on the optimistic utopian side anyway. And yeah, to like get into like some of the very cool things that's happening, like Seed Dance 2.0. Like I know that you're just getting into this now, but like it's absolutely wild. Like filmmaking, like everything is like it's over. It's all AI. It's all going to be AI generated now.
Yeah, I mean, I urge anybody. I was telling my family, like, go onto Twitter right now, search up CDNs 2.0, and just look at what people are making. Just
Nope.
look. And, there's been a few problems with video generation models so far, like even the best, like Kling and VO3. It struggles with
Mhm.
audio, struggles with syncing audio correctly. It struggles with like facial expression. It struggles with like physics, struggles with, recognizing the same entity inside of the video at all times, keeping it consistent. If you
Mhm.
just look at what people are making, it is not like a marginal. It's not like oh, we did slightly better. This is like a complete like 100% plus improvement on what was the existing state of the art models. I still haven't gotten to use it, so maybe because at first I just thought it was like a remotion engagement bait. I was like, there's no way this model is
Yeah,
just
yeah,
randomly this good. But then now, like, you can just look on Twitter, and there are so many that I don't think it is engagement bait. I think it is actually this good.
yeah.
Just
I think
random
so
people
too.
posting about it. So
Like this one guy I follow, like, well, I can't remember his name now, but like he's a pretty incredible guy in the AI space, and he just got access to it yesterday, and he's saying the site was down because it kept getting like I don't know, like DDoS by too many people or something. But like, yeah, he was saying that it's legit. Like he was creating, like legit, like amazing videos with like barely any prompts. You can just like input uh any kind of media type into the prompt, and like it's absolutely legit. So like yeah, I'm eager to test it out myself.
hmm. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. It's just yeah, it's just getting to these models. It sounds like there's gonna be a February 24th like major release, at least in the West, for this model. And right
Oh
now
yeah,
people are just like trying to yeah, that's what seems to be getting the information that seems to be passed around on Twitter at least.
for
But
sure.
people are doing all these like crazy techniques to try and get access to it. They're getting like Chinese phone numbers, downloading Chinese
We've maybe even
app store,
Sorry.
and um and just getting access to it like using some Chinese native tools and platforms, which is kind of, they're
Yeah,
they're really getting deep into the trenches to get access to this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, exactly. Anyways, yeah, I'm looking for, even if it is like later this month, I'm looking forward to it. And like, yeah, I'm fully just expecting that like all these next major releases this year are just gonna keep being like huge exponential improvements. So like imagine what Opus like 5.0 is gonna look like, and or the next GPT, and like yeah, it's only gonna get better from here, basically.
Right, right. Yeah, I don't know if people fully internalize that as well. A lot of the time when I'm talking with people that are like kind of skeptical about these tools, they're like, "Well, look at the slop, it's so bad." And it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, there's still a lot of slop, but this is the worst it's ever gonna be.
Yeah,
Like, so yeah.
this was another interesting point. Elon Musk was talking about how, like, basically he thinks like Grok is going to be state of the art in like the next few months here, and you're not even need to code anymore. Like it's just gonna, like they're just going to create their own binary that just like executes, and you just like speak to it. Like I'm not even exactly sure exactly what like how that would work, but like you basically just like speak to it, and it just creates it without even the need for coding. That could be where the future is going. I mean, eventually, like with everything that Elon's working on, like it's all gonna be like brain chip interface, and you're basically just gonna like think thoughts, and then AI is gonna create
Mhm.
it. So that's yeah. Anyways, completely wild future that we're going into. It's a very exciting time to be alive. It's scary, but also very exciting. Um, and that was kind of like the last kind of optimistic point that I wanted to bring up is that like yeah, there's going to be such a productivity boom, such a intelligence boom, such a like everything. The cost of everything is going to be driven down to near zero. That um, I'm very optimistic about the future, even though there are some like scary scenarios. Like we're going to be able to explore space. We're going to be able to like do everything. So it's gonna yeah, wild future ahead.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, it's just, people crave like humans crave novelty, that's always something that people really like. I feel like the last few, kind of decades have been low novelty, but we're about to reach a state of perpetual novelty
Perpetual novelty.
um
Yeah, that's
coming
true.
in. So for the ADHDers out there, this is your time to shine, lock
The
in.
slightly autistics on the spectrum. Yeah, this is there's a lot to do here, and yeah, I mean I tweeted about it too. I think that like with all this boom in productivity and like basically the cost of labor going to zero, the cost of like most things going to zero, and the cost of intelligence going near zero. Like now is the time for anyone with ideas to shine. I think that
Mhm.
idea people like this is your moment, and like there's so much opportunity out there. Um, yeah, the world's going to be reshaped into a completely different way, but I think the world's going to be full of just like entrepreneurs and investors, basically. I think those are the only two jobs that are going to uh, be around in the future, like investing capital and uh, being entrepreneurs, like solo entrepreneurs, like building like companies with AI and serving humans and serving AI agents.
Yeah, it's gonna be a merged society, and it's just coming so soon, bro. I was not expecting this. You know,
Yeah,
people are talking about. I mean, people are making these like or predictions about. When is AI gonna be useful? When are we gonna get AGI? When are we gonna super intelligence? Like, when are these things gonna matter? And I was not expecting it to be this useful so soon. I don't
yeah,
I don't think most people were. Um,
no, I mean, and just to tie it all back, I think this is a very good thing. I mean, give people a little bit of hopium for the future here too, for crypto especially. I think that like a little bit of the uncertainty in the markets, especially crypto and the tech industry, was that like okay, I think like AI's hit a limit here, and we're gonna like kind of like go a little flatline for a while as far as like development and like new improvements go, and then like all of a sudden this year hit and it's like nope, that's not true. Like now recursive like recursive self-improvement and all this stuff is like starting to kick in, and like the models are getting absolutely insane. And I think that that's going to start to give confidence back to the markets, and I think there's going to be like a lot of capital inflows coming back in here soon. So yeah, something to look forward to.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, there needs to be some patience, obviously, and these markets go with cycles, but hopefully we will see the cycles kind of speed up in
Hmm.
terms of, being because right now, there's a lot of inefficiency within the price
Hmm.
where a lot of things aren't priced in as efficiently as they could be. And humans are still the layer that manipulates what the price is, but that might not be the case for so long or for too
Yeah,
much
there's going to be
longer.
much faster price discovery. I think there's going to be like a lot more volatility because at the same time, like we talked about in previous super chats, like the denominator is dying, the fiat system is kind of dying, the governments are going to be forced to print a lot of money. So everything is kind of like as of right now denominated in fiat currencies. So I think things do get more volatile, but I think that's a good point, and I think that cycles speed up. And I think that yeah, like maybe we go through like booms and busts just in a much quicker way, especially with AI coming into the markets. Like there's going to be much faster price discovery, um, and yeah, I think we're going into like I hesitate to say like a super cycle, but like it is going to be like a super cycle where like it is up only. It's just like with a lot of volatile boom and bust in between.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there's also going to be a lot more like market efficiency and also like a lot more hedging because a lot of these, if you think about agents on chain and they're smart, they can use all the tools available to them.
Hmm.
It's no longer going to be so inefficient and people are just going to be losing money on like random trades because, and then mass liquidation events and stuff. In theory, these AIs are like constantly hedging their position, constantly risk managing in a way that
Hmm.
humans maybe don't even have the capacity to do. And then we see a very different type of market and also a very different type of usage of specific like instruments like options probably.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Yeah. Anyways, I think that pretty much wraps it up. A little bit of a speed episode today, but I think we covered a lot in a short amount of time, just like AI is doing all the time.
Hmm.
So yeah, thanks everyone for showing up. We've got we'll keep doing this week after week, and there's so much going on in a 1 week time span. We might even like have to speed these up and do them more often in the future. But like, yeah, let's see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, nice talking to you guys. Stay in the trenches.
Yep. We'll share more next week. We'll have more Superseed updates and a lot more AI and crypto talk. So yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for joining again, Chris.
Absolutely, man. Likewise. Take care.
Have fun in the trenches. Later.
Peace.